The holiday season is upon us, as I'm sure those of us with eating disorders are well aware. This time of year used to be extremely stressful for me. As soon as December began, so did the Christmas gatherings, end of year lunch festivities, catch up with friends over dinner, kindly intentioned chocolate boxes from colleagues. At this time of year, there is a strong focus on food, and it made me want to hide away at home until the Christmas holidays were over. I was worried about all the foods I would have to eat. Christmas mince pies, Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, chocolate truffles, trifle, all delicious foods, but ones that nonetheless I was absolutely terrified of eating. What if I gain weight? What if I feel absolutely dreadful afterwards? What if people think I'm greedy? The diet culture messaging made everything even harder. An Instagram influencer told me, it's okay to eat Christmas foods. It's only one day out of the year. But it's not just one day, is it? It's a whole month or more of celebrations and foods that diet culture deems a one-off treat. A health foods magazine told me to fill up my plate with vegetables first and then add anything else as extras. But that's not how I want to live my life. That's not fun, it's not social, it's not showing appreciation of the food that my loved ones have kindly prepared. And then when Christmas is over, regardless of what I ate or didn't eat, the advertisements will tell me to get back in shape and get back on track and lose the holiday weight. For years, Christmas was a massive stress fest for me because of my head telling me I was eating too much and because of diet culture's fat-phobic messaging reinforcing every thought anorexia threw at me. The pre-Christmas gatherings were filled with anxiety and fear. I hated them. I didn't want to go. If I went, I was just waiting for them to be over. I dreaded Christmas Day. I was worried about eating too much, eating too little, losing control and eating absolutely everything until I felt sick. What if Dad puts more olive oil than usual in the roast potatoes? What if Mum puts dressing on the salad instead of serving it on the side? What if someone calls me out for eating too much or eating too little? I'm now coming up to my 4th Christmas in recovery after an anorexia relapse, and I'm so pleased to say that Christmas is far less stressful than it used to be. I still get anxious, but I get anxious about things like sending out my Christmas cards in time or finding a present that my nana will like. Things that are, thankfully, not to do with food. I'm not food obsessed like I used to be. I'm not concerned about what we'll eat for dinner. I know I can eat anything and everything, and I'm not worried about what it will do to my weight. Food isn't novel anymore, which isn't to say Christmas has lost its excitement. It just means that I'm finally more excited to spend time with my loved ones rather than to eat the dessert that I managed to fit into my plan by doing sneaky anorexia tricks beforehand. If you are in an earlier stage of eating disorder recovery, it's likely that Christmas will be challenging, but it's a challenge that you can cope with. If you need to, ask someone to serve you up the food on Christmas Day so that you don't have to worry about anorexia suddenly rearing its head at the dinner table. Nominate someone to be a check-in person throughout the day who you can hug and talk to when things get tough. At the end of the day, you might cry from the exhaustion at battling away anorexia thoughts all day long. That's okay. Sob as much as needed, but cry because you tried your best and it was fucking hard. This is so much better than crying because you let anorexia get in the way and ruin yet another Christmas celebration. And as for the diet culture messages, you can tell them to fuck off too. And remember, they're all about making money off your insecurities. What they say is not based on health, it's not based on your values, it's not something worth paying attention to. I know it's hard, it's stressful, it's scary, it feels like a nightmare for the eating disordered part of your brain. You're not alone in feeling this way, but you have the strength to eat regardless of the emotions cropping up inside. Try your best, eat the foods that look delicious and eat lots of them. This Christmas will feel hard, but next Christmas will undoubtedly feel easier because you've already done it all before.